Hello, I'm Gianna Monet, and we are here at the Global Esports Industry Week, where some of the top leaders in esports are gathering. Today we are here with Anna Bowman, who is an LEC winning esports executive, as well as a lawyer for esports. Today we are here with Britt Rivera, who is a talent agent at the company Evolve. Today we are here with Vladdy. Could you tell me a little bit more about yourself and how you got into esports?
Hello, I'm Vladislava Zahlebina. Yeah, you can call me Vladdy. It was a long time ago. I started as a professional player. I never kind of touched Counter-Strike before. I never had a PC before, like my own, until 16. And then I was a professional athlete. I was running 400 with the hurdles, and then I stopped because I decided that my results not good enough, and I'm like, nah, don't want to waste my health, because professional sport is usually not really healthy. So no. And then for some reason, just esports was around, and I decided to try to play Counter-Strike. And yeah, it became professional for me, but then I didn't see really future for me as a girl, as a professional player there, unfortunately. So I was just like, still I kind of like this industry, and I want to find myself there. And still was growing. It was small. It wasn't that popular, and I found myself on another side. I would say, more like business side. So I have been host for broadcast. I have been I'm right now team manager. Also been before marketing, tournament organizer, content. So I would say maybe I know everything in sports.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not that deep, but yeah.
Yeah, you've been all around.
Yep.
So that's
I'm very happy to tell you how I got into esports. As you already said, I'm a lawyer turned esports executive. So my very humble beginnings were to start with a law practice, focused solely on esports. Over 10 years ago, when nobody even knew what was going on, which was very exciting, because from the very get-go I saw the potential of having amazing clients, like some of the best players in the world, or great teams, or even working with publishers simply on the professionalization of the scene. I then moved on in 2018 to work for a client on the operational side as the team principal of Rogue in the LEC, and there was definitely a chance I couldn't say no to, because Rogue as a brand with investors like Steve Aoki, Imagine Dragons, that gave so much opportunity to create an amazing brand and also give the esports community something unique they hadn't encountered before. And there is a very exciting journey. We were even quite successful at some point, the best team in the West in League of Legends. And I did one of the biggest mergers following running Rogue, because I felt at a certain point in esports it's all about your fan base, and you really need to scale, and some of the teams are really limited just in terms of how their user base can actually scale. I think the best way, this is what I spotted a couple of years ago, is to team up with massive creators, and that's what I did with the Koi deal, which then resulted in an amazing deal. However, most recently, I have a family, and spent some time just focusing on that, and now I'm back as an esports lawyer, advising mostly on the M&A side at the moment.
nice. Well, welcome back to the world of esports. Do you mind telling us how you got into esports?
Not at all. It's one of my favorite stories. It starts with love, like all great tales. I was working in Hollywood TV, film, and production, and met my now husband, who is an esports commentator and also a former pro.
Cool.
Through meeting him, it was a pretty interesting first date. But through meeting him, I learned that a lot of his friends who were also similar in broadcasting experience, they were missing payments. Some people $50,000-$60,000 over the course. I know. I wish I could afford to miss $50,000-$60,000.
That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, and I learned that that it was actually a common occurrence in esports specifically. So in competitive gaming, paying people late, not paying them at all, and it turned out, this was 8 years ago. Things have improved, not all the way, but quite a bit. That it's actually a predatory environment. If you're not careful, you can miss payments, you can be
Right.
treated poorly, and you can get into all sorts of situations that aren't great. So once I learned about that, I said, you know what, I'm going to help your friends recover some money because I'm already not sleeping. I'm working in Hollywood. Why don't I add more to my plate? And so I just started helping him and his friends.
Yeah.
He didn't really have issues, but his friends did, recovering money, and it became kind of just a side hustle. Except for I never charged anyone. In hindsight, no, I would never want to do that in this case. But I just decided that this is something I really want to pursue. And once COVID happened and the pandemic had kind of seen the worst of it, I realized, Hollywood's not kind of where it was. It's not really interesting to me anymore. We moved back to Texas, and I decided to work with some esports production talent on the back end and kind of started a small management company. And then the agency that I work for now, Evolved, reached out to me and said, hey, why don't you work with us? I was very suspicious of agencies at the time because I blamed them for a lot of the problems, and I still blame some of them for some of the problems. But Evolved is wonderful, and I'm so glad that I ended up working with them. So that's how I got into it.
Could you tell me a little bit more about OG Esports and what role the company plays within the esports community?
So I would say we're pretty huge. We've won 2 TIs in a row. Our Dota 2 team won 2 TIs in a row, and for a long time it was the only one team who did it. Now it's also Spirit, but yeah, we're still kind of unique because we won 2 TIs in a row with the same roster. We didn't have any changes and stuff, so it's very huge. I'm a team manager of Counter-Strike division since beginning of Counter-Strike era at OG. So I'm a real OG at OG, kind of.
Oh yeah.
And like Counter-Strike my love, and I still like of course different different discipline in esports as well still. Dota was also close all the time around. I'm also from a region where like Dota and Counter-Strike were together all the time. So I know both of these disciplines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And could you tell us a little bit more about Evolved and their contribution to the esports community?
Oh, absolutely. I love talking about Evolved. So Evolved is a legacy agency in esports. We've been involved for, I think, over 8-9 years in esports and gaming. Most of our staff is either deeply involved in gaming or they have an esports background. Our CEO has been involved in esports since the very beginning, and like myself has a penchant for justice and has always wanted to make sure that esports players specifically are properly represented. And the agency just grew into what it is now, which is an agency that heavily represents some of the top streamers in gaming and also esports athletes. So we do work with esports athletes on their org contracts and other kinds of deals. But for the bulk of our business, we're really working with streamers to work on their sponsorships, their overall big picture, their apparel or merch, pretty much anything that helps them grow their business, we have our hands on.
That's nice. I love that you're like so hands-on on the journey. Like you get to see people from like the start and then like towards the end, or not even the end, but just continuing their career and like thriving in it. I think that's really cool. And then could you tell me a bit more about moving from being a professional gamer to a manager? What were some challenges that you faced?
A definite challenge was that I'm a girl, and for a long time it was something unique and strange, and like how girl can manage guys and stuff, and like it's strange. So only like probably like 1-2 years ago it started being like normal, I would say. Now we have a little bit more of this, and it's normal. Like nobody questioning, oh, you go, maybe it's not good enough or something. And for a long time in Counter-Strike I was the only one. In Dota I think it happened a little bit early. But in Counter-Strike it was like long time, then it wasn't possible for some reason. But now, I'm happy to see that it changed, and I think so many people also tried hard to make this change, me as well, and not only me. And it's nice that it's now like industries, like esports industry was more male-dominated industry, as like I would say football or something. Now it's becoming like more for everybody, and it's cool. It's very cool.
What was a part of your career that really highlighted that you made it and gave you courage to continue to be a monumental figure in esports?
Oh, I don't know. I just was, I don't know.
You're just there,
Yeah, I'm just there. I'm doing my best. I would say yes, really. I'm doing my best in the situation I am. like with some with respect to people, with respect to myself. Also, yeah, try my best to support people in sports. I don't know. Also, girls, for example, inspire them to be in the sport. That it's like you can be here if you really want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it was. I had some kind of few moments. I was just like almost like crying after I hear it. It's just like, oh, you're a role model for me. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true, to be honest. Like long time ago when I just started being in sports, I didn't see any role models around me. There were guys, of course, and stuff, and you could learn from them. But they're a little bit different still. You cannot just like copy and do the same. It will not work for you.
Right.
But I'm happy that I found my own way to be in esports and be happy here, and also inspire some other people. And I hope they're also happy.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask. I'm glad that you mentioned, talking to other women and letting them know that you are welcomed in esports and that there is a space for you. Are there any other?
I mean,
words
it's
that would-
definitely a difficult discipline or difficult industry in general for everybody. So just need to be ready, and you need to not like, oh my God, it looks so cool or sounds so cool, and I need to be there. You need to understand if you really want. But you always can try and then decide if you want to be here or no. But yeah, it's you need to be ready to hard work as well. So it's why I think my experience as well. Like I was willing to still grind and like learn from any situations, and just not to be scared to try other things, and like if I fail, but I will try at least.
The most impactful thing I have done for the esports community, I think, is twofold. As a lawyer, it's definitely the professionalization and the focus on player wellness. I've represented so many players coming into the scene and negotiating their contracts and really developing good best standards also in terms of player protection. So that is one, and some of my clauses will have survived until today in contracts, which is amazing to see. As esports executive, I think the most impactful thing I did was probably from a leadership perspective, that not only were we championship winning, but from a workforce perspective, we were 50-50 female male, and just showing the world what this can do, leading diverse teams. I think that was very rewarding and at the same time impactful to the industry.
Well, yeah, and because you talk about how you balance like being a team manager, like getting respect from the people around you, and
I think it's a main word. I think it's respect. So you need to respect yourself and people around you. So at the same time, I don't know, players or something very disrespectful to you, you need to show it as well and say, it's not okay for me. You don't need to be like, okay, you can do whatever you want, I'm happy. I'm like, no. So it also will grow your players as well. They will learn as well, and they will be better human as well.
Right.
It's definitely, you need to respect yourself and others. You need to take care of yourself to be able to take care of others as well. So I think it's two good recipes of success being a team manager, I would say. It's not always easy, because you not always have enough time to take care of yourself, but it's very important.
Yeah, because there's so much that goes into esports, and I feel like self-care, especially when you are sitting down, you're at the screen, you're constantly like pushing, and like even being a manager, you have to like take care of all these people, but you also have to be
There are so many
mindful.
challenges, some random situation. I need to be ready all the time, and to be ready for this, you need to have enough energy and resource in yourself to like I mean, if someone can have a bad day, for example, you need to be mentally ready to support this person as well. But if you're down, you cannot support anyone else. You probably will fail with this person.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think it really helps, coming from a background where you were a professional gamer, like.
I think it's both also like professional sportsman and also gamer as well. So I understand the player. So I understand this industry from different sides as well, and also like from sports side as well. So I can and I also like trying to learn more about like mental health, or like some stuff that I can support all my team members, not only also players, also my team, and I can understand also my company and help them. Be like flexible and useful.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad that you also mentioned like mental health. I feel like it's something that should be, highlighted and focused on a lot more with esports, because there is a lot you get in your head. It's a very competitive field, and so like focusing on mental health and letting players know like to take the time?
I would say not only this, it's also because it's you have so many funds around you as well, and money and stuff, and people sometimes just forgetting there's a person,
Right.
and like you losing a match, and people can send you so many bad phrases, words, and stuff, but this person probably also upset, and I don't feel good. He or he didn't lose this match because they wanted to do it. Of course, sometimes people can give up and like didn't show up and stuff, but it also could be something maybe in their personal life and stuff. So
Right.
they're not robots; they can have bad, rough days. And when you see this, even like myself as well, I'm not that like famous or popular or something, but I also had some bad words to myself as well from some random people who doesn't even know me.
Right.
Or like sometimes people were just trying to get your attention, saying some bad stuff, and when you're replying to them like politely, they're like, oh, can I have your autograph? And you just
Yeah.
called me
Right.
and you want my autograph. I'm like, But it's also some understanding as well and experience. And I know for many girls, unfortunately, because girls usually attracting more attention. It's also like one of challenge, I think, in esports.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you like in esports and they're like, oh, you're not beautiful enough and stuff. Like, it doesn't matter.
That's why I'm glad that you're here and I'm able to talk to you, because me being someone who is into gaming and like being in a space where you are talking to other people through a screen, it's very hard to like you said, demand that respect and realize that we're both on the same field. We're just here to play. So I think it's really cool that you have like both perspectives, from the play, like the gamer, the player's perspective, as well as like the manager. What is something that you are looking for, or something that you see for the future of esports, with it growing as it is? What is something that you would hope to see in the future, or something that you want to put into the, community?
Well, what I want to continue to put in is just helping to make the space more ethical. I think certain game titles handle their esports ecosystems much better than they did in the past. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. But I think a lot of tournament organizers and publishers really respect how the relationship between themselves and the players ought to work much more than ever before. And so I want to continue to help make the best possible contract for our players. I'm really proud of the contracts that our lawyers have put out. As an agent, I have a lot of input on, what I think this player needs. And then I'm working with the organization as well. And the organizations have been so good for the most part in really making sure that they're meeting us with what makes sense ethically for the player, and also in terms of just, the standard terms that are being put in there. So continuing to raise the standard in esports. I would say, let's get to a 10. I would say right now though, we're like a 7.15.
And
which is very good.
That's a great improvement.
Because it used to be like a chill 4.0, and it wasn't good times. So I'd love to continue to work on that path. In terms of esports as an ecosystem, I love esports, and I want these athletes, and I want the people who are passionate about competing and sharing competition and all of the beautiful things that come with fandom to be able to do this for a long time to come, which means we have got to figure out the monetization. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. There is no shortage of the bags.
There's money out there.
There's bags all over the place. But it's about how do we get brands to really invest, and so it's we're not really in early stages anymore. Like we kind of are, but it's been about a decade.
Yeah.
So I would love to see brands getting more involved in co-streams, maybe in a way that benefits the mainstream itself, but also the creator.
Ideally, what I want to see in esports is again, a bigger focus on how we make this industry accessible to everybody. I think the beauty about esports is that it's a place to belong to. We're a tribe of gamers. We love to compete. And this is true, for all kinds of people, no matter the background or no matter whatever divisive factors we perceive in this world. And I think it's very important from a business perspective to have everybody in mind when we think this, for example, from a team perspective, that we create places to belong for everybody, no matter whether you're male or female or whatever your background is. And that is something I really want to see, because on the commercial side, it also means if you manage to achieve this, your customer base can be much bigger
yeah, much
than
wider.
yeah. I think where I would like to see esports going as an industry is really to rethink small and big. I think on the one hand it is about really go back to the basics, to our core, to understanding that we're built on the foundation of community and putting community first. But then also on the other hand, when we're thinking big, that means that we really need to find good commercial structures, and that is something that might be still lacking a bit.
Oh yeah.
I hope it will be very bright and cool, and I can enjoy this for more years. And also, I will see more people coming. So I hope it will be great. I mean, Counter-Strike, it's still like amazing. For example, like here in Austin, where we could see like even from the first day, you had like so many people there. It's like huge crowd with a lot of like energy. It's amazing. I've been there. I had like how to say it.
Goosebumps?
Goosebumps, yes. It was amazing, and I'm still happy. Yeah, I think it's also one of the things that I love in esports. It's also like, when you see this kind of energy, and you're just like, whoa, it's so cool to be part of this.
Oh yeah, I love the community aspect of esports.
I mean, it's different differently as well, because like esports give me so many friends around the world as well.
Oh yeah.
And I'm very like here as well. I like met new people, also saw my friends. I'm so happy as well. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And one of my final questions I ask everybody is there a game that is very impactful to you or very important? I feel like you mentioned CSGO, so I assume that's the one, but maybe there's another one that...
It's definitely Counter-Strike, because it's like, I have like, Counter-Strike, my favorite game. I would say Counter-Strike, yes.
Great.
There is other cool games. I don't know. I play some Sudoku on my phone or stuff. I don't want to say it's esports, but it's, I think, also good for brain.
Oh, yeah.
So I like some puzzles and stuff. But I think my favorite game all time is Counter-Strike, definitely.
Well, my game is League of Legends. I've played League of Legends almost since its inception. I think I also have a couple of great stories to tell. One is I'm terribly competitive, so I play only ranked, and I recently peaked in Plat 3, and I'm 42 guys, so if I can do it, you can do it. But I also met my husband in League of Legends randomly. We're married now, have a young daughter.
Congrats.
And thank you. So video games are a beautiful place for community and connecting. So, and that's League of Legends for me.
Oh my gosh, so many games have impacted me, but I think Counter-Strike it will make me emotional because it's the game that that I fell in love with my husband during. So much of our relationship was me. He's a commentator, and I am biased, but he is, one of the best in the world. And so I've been watching someone really live out his passion and grow his own craft and take it so seriously. I'd always loved gaming, but I wasn't into esports yet. And so learning to love esports while learning to love someone has been really special. And that's Counter-Strike. And Counter-Strike, a Counter-Strike match. Are you going to the matches?
I'm not.
They are magic. So now I'm going to give you a mad case of FOMO. But the way that Counter-Strike is done, I mean, the fans they're wild, they're unpredictable, but in all the best way. And there's something about seeing just like 50,000 gaming nerds coming together. And like, they're walking on stage like they're rock stars, and the smoke is everywhere. And I filmed a lot of music videos. This is way cooler because these are nerds. And there's pyrotechnics.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the coolest, right? And Blast is so amazing, the people hosting this one, because they've really innovated like in the way that they mesh like traditional sports norms with esports. So they like one year they had cheerleaders. It was really cool. I know, it was really cool.
Okay.
So Counter-Strike is really special to me because it is the game that beyond my husband, who's like great, wonderful. It's the game that really sold to me that like esports is special. And I was never into traditional sports, but I am like obsessed with learning a player's storyline. I am obsessed with how their family supports them. There's so many amazing stories, and it's regional too. I mean, you have so many players from different regions who have different reasons for getting into esports, and many of them are because they had to to bring it in for the family.
Oh yeah.
And there's some amazing stories. Rops is a great example of someone who, look up his story later, but, suffered a family tragedy and continued to play and is, one of the best players in the world and really brought it home for the family. And I think that's really cool. So I love that. And I love Valorant. I have a player, I have 2 players in the professional Valorant scene. I think it's a beautiful game. It's also a first person shooter. The events are really fun, really involved. The casual gaming is different than that audience is I think it's more of an accessible game for casual gamers, which is really smart. Riot knows what they're doing when they're making the game. They have the plan. And I love that esport as well.
Oh yeah. I love those answers. I have not played Valorant, so I'm gonna tap into that one for sure as well. But
I don't recommend starting with Counter-Strike.
Really?
It's scary in there.
Okay, it's scary. okay.
It's a different kind of lobby.
Okay, I'll get to that last.
Yeah,
okay.
Valorant.
Yeah, but those were all our questions. I appreciate you coming in, answering them, and we hope to see you soon.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you.
Yes, enjoy the lobby.